HarperCollins presents Bodies from the Library 5, Selected Lost Stories of Mystery and Suspense by Masters of the Golden Age, selected and introduced by Tony Medawar, read by Philip Bretherton. These stories were mostly written in the first half of the 20th century, and characters sometimes use offensive language, or otherwise are described or behave in ways that reflect the prejudices and insensitivities of the period. Introduction. The detective story is written purely to entertain. Cyril Hare. Welcome to Bodies from the Library, the series that aims to unearth the unknown, to find the forgotten, and to locate the lost. As with the first 4 volumes, this 5th edition comprises stories from across the genre, and includes some that stretch the definition of a detective story. All have one thing in common. None, as far as we are aware, has ever appeared in a dedicated collection of stories by the author concerned. Here you will find uncollected and hopefully unfamiliar cases featuring H.C. Bailey's Dr. Reginald Fortune and A.E.W. Mason's Inspector Anno, as well as early stories by Michael Gilbert and S.S. Van Dyne, and a late one by Cyril Hare. There is another previously unpublished story by Edmund Crispin, and a little-known short novel by John Bude, and much more besides. The principal tropes of the detective story were established by the American writer Edgar Allan Poe in The Murders in the Rue Morgue, published in Graham's Magazine in April 1841. However, the earliest example is probably Das Fräulein von Scuderi, 1819, a novella by Ernst Theodor Amadeus Hoffmann, who was born in Russia and is best known for his ghastly creation, The Sandman. Today, at a little more than 200 years old, the detective story is in rude health, especially on screen. Television series like Robert Thorogood's Death in Paradise and the evergreen Midsummer Murders continue to pull in audiences, as do adaptations from the work of Robert Galbraith and Harlan Coben, and new films such as the forthcoming sequels to Rian Johnson's extravaganza Knives Out, 2019, and Anthony Horowitz's own adaptation of his extraordinarily clever Magpie Murders, 2016. Doubtless Sir Kenneth Branagh's new interpretation of Death on the Nile, 1937, won't be the last cinematic outing for Agatha Christie's Hercule Poirot, and Christie is far from being the only classic author of crime and mystery fiction coming to the screen and streaming services. New incarnations are expected of Marjorie Allingham's Albert Campion, Georges Simenon's Maigret, and Freeman Wills Croft's Inspector French. The genre remains enduringly popular too on paper, or e-reader, or audiobook, if you prefer. Having defied Christopher Fowler's original intention, the crime-solving team of Bryant and May continue to find mystery and mayhem in London, while 2022 sees the long-awaited return of Miss Marple in a volume of new mysteries by 12 crime writers who have been influenced by Agatha Christie in their own careers. Might this lead to a series of full-length Marple novels in the vein of Sophie Hannah's Hercule Poirot continuations? The sleuthing team of Diel and Pascoe will be appearing in new collections of the work of Reginald Hill, and we can expect more cases featuring some of the many new and exciting new 21st century detectives, among them the group of pensioners that are Richard Osman's Thursday Murder Club, Val McDermid's Ali Burns, Anne Cleeve's Matthew Venn, Kate Ellis's Wesley Peterson, and Ellie Griffith's Dr. Ruth Wainwright, as well as John Tyler in D.L. Marshall's series of thrillers, the sinister protagonist of Jim Noy's The Red Death Murders, 2022, and many, many more. 200 years. And counting. Tony Medawar, February
Sample complete. Ready to continue?